This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2003 Ford F350 crew cab, long bed, 7.3 liter turbo diesel, four-wheel drive, Lariat. It has 301,000 miles. It's on a clear title. It was a theft recovery purchased directly from an insurance company in Colton, California. That's basically LA, San Bernardino area. We purchased this vehicle. It was brought here. It was a little bit warm when we drove. We had to run for a couple hours. It was showing a little bit over halfway on the temp. We looked at the oil. It was fine, and the next day there was a little bit of water in it. So it was either a head gasket or some sort of a related issue. We sent it off to our friend Butch, who is an excellent engine guy. He actually built motors in the 90s for Dale Earnhardt Sr. So anyway, he discovered, he did a pressure test. Here's all the notes he gave me. He did a pressure test, found one injector sleeve was leaking. We decided that since we were there, we did all of the injector sleeves. Did a oil cooler, injector sleeves, all of them, valve job, timing cover seal, head bolts, oil pan gasket, head gaskets, water pump, thermostat. Then he followed that up when he was done with a second pressure test after the repairs, which showed that the issue was resolved. Our guys also tell me that it has about a little under 50% on the brake pads, and if you'd like us to do brake pads before it's delivered to you, if you're the new owner of it, we will do that for $75. They said $100, but that's throwing in a little bit of labor, so we'll just do that for $75, so you get a vehicle with good brake pads. Anyhow, it runs and drives great now. Obviously, it's a 7.3 with a clean bill of health from a exceptional mechanic. So basically, you've got a rebuilt 7.3 motor. Tires on the front driver's side, probably 40 or 50% tread. Cosmetically, it's in great shape given the miles. Some high-speed rock chips. Let's see there. Just pretty much on the front of the hood. Real common there. Passenger front tire. Similar to the driver front tire, maybe a little bit less. Maybe 30% tread. There's a little mark right here. I'm not sure what that is. Really good looking truck, and it came from the LA area, which, you know, if you know that area and you know vehicles from that area, we buy from Van Nuys and San Bernardino all the time. They're not allowed to even look at a dirt road or else the PC police come out and throw you in prison. So these things don't get a whole lot of off-road action. This was a flaking paint that someone's touched up. We didn't do that, but that's flaking paint is a pretty common issue on older Fords and Dodges, and on the hoods of Chevy cars, believe it or not, from like the 90s. Ding here. I think I saw another ding somewhere. No. A couple little chips down here. And I don't think whoever's buying this is really looking at this stuff, but I've got to make sure that everyone knows what they're buying. There's a brand new spare. Liner. It's a Ford bed liner, so this is probably the original bed liner, and it doesn't show much, if any, damage in it. So I would say that not much heavy stuff has been inside the bed. I see a little ding right there. Rear tires are lower than the front. I'd say they're about 20% tread. Doors are great. I don't see anything on the doors. Alright, I'm going to fire this thing up, show you under the hood, let you listen to it under the hood, show you where the Ford stamps are supposed to be. If you don't see those on a truck, you've probably got a problem, or at least somebody's replaced parts. So there should be Ford stamps on the core support on both sides, and there should be Ford stamps on the fenders. Alright, I see the Ford stamp here. That's on the passenger fender. There's the Ford stamp on the passenger core support. There's the Ford stamp on the driver core support. And there's the Ford stamp on the driver fender. You see a little Gordy right there. Just so you know, we do these, whenever we get into an engine, we always take the cab off so that we can inspect it thoroughly, make sure that there's no rear main seal leaks or anything like that. While we're there, we might as well do it right. So this was a cab off repair, so that our guys could get in there and look very closely at everything without the body of the truck in the way. And that's the way they should all do it. There's a little stain right here in that seat. Not sure if that, oh yeah, that's going away. So that's not a stain. That would be a bad detail or something. And then once we got it back a few days ago, it was driven by my reconditioning manager here home and down I-10 and for several nights, just to make sure that there were no surprises, and there weren't. So it's all good. Now, what we did not replace the injectors because they didn't need it, but the motor itself has been poured over by a true professional on the subject. It is very strong. There's the seat up and down and back and forth. Seat back up, seat back down, seat, the front seat up, front seat down. There's the heated seats on. This seat looks fantastic. I don't see them looking like that very often. Usually the outside bolster is hammered. That doesn't feel like there's a manual in there. Yeah, there is. There's your manual. You do have a manual. Oh, this guy even has the airbag deal still in his glove box. Alright. So everything works so far. Windows and locks. Let's go to the driver door and make sure everything's going on there. Up and down. Passenger front. Passenger rear. Driver rear. Perfect. Alright, door locks. That works. Alright, mirrors. Out, in, up, down. Other side. Out, in, up, down. Perfect. Alright, driver's seat forward, back, pull seat up, pull seat down, front seat cushion up, front seat cushion down, rear seat cushion up, rear seat cushion down. That works fine. Seats, there we go. I can see that our upholstery guys repaired the outside bolster of this seat. I can see the stuff that he does mobile repair. So it's been repaired right here along the seam, which is very common. That's what I'm surprised the passenger seat doesn't look like that, because that's very common. It means that probably not too many passengers have spent time in this truck. Alright, let's see. Tilt wheel works. I'm going to hop in. Let's see. Everything looks good here. They stole the radio, but they were very kind when they did it. They left the plug. They didn't cut the plug. They weren't lazy, and they left you the antenna. So getting an aftermarket radio is very easy. on this one. Turn the air on here. Probably $125. Get something with an MP3. I wouldn't go with factory because then you won't have all the goodies you like today. Adjust my seat. You can tell that the guy who owned this before loved this truck because this works. You have to replace these stupid things about every, I don't know, 10 or 15,000 miles. They sell these things on eBay for about $29 a whack. These things go out all the time, these little displays. And when they work, it means that the guy cared. You can kind of tell by the fact that this truck doesn't have any real damage to it with 300,000 miles on it, that he cared. Let me try the air, different settings. It's all working on those settings. All right, there's your overdrive off and on. You have cruise. Like I said, we have 301,000 miles. We put it into neutral and put it into 4 low. Now we're in 4 low. Put it in drive. Boy, that's definitely 4 low. And reverse. That's 4 low. Yeah, it's a 7.3 and 4 low too. A little bit of power there. Put it in 4 high. That's drive. That's reverse. Perfect. All right, back to 2-wheel drive. And let me turn the air on. It's a little warm. It's mid-November and we're gonna get to 85 or 6 today in Tucson. All right, this is on a clear title, so no need to get it inspected. So if you come to Tucson to drive it home, all you're gonna need to do is pay a dock fee of $250 in taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if you come to Tucson from a state with a tax rate of 3%, you're gonna end up paying a total of 5% taxes and $250 dock fee. If you're from Alaska, a lot of our people fly in from Alaska, believe it or not, and drive home 4,000 miles. Their state tax rate is 0, so they would pay 2% tax and $250 dock fee. You pay by wire and ship, you pay no dock fee, no taxes. That's it. Once we receive full payment, we scan the title into your online file, and you arrange the shipping. I would say if you're going to drive it home, I would probably look at getting some tires before. Go to Discount Tires. The Prince and Oracle location, ask for Sheldon. Give him your credit card. He'll give you our discount. And it'll also be tax-free because it's leaving the state. But yeah, these tires are pretty low, and they're off-road tires, so you get the, you know, the off-road or the hum, you know. So that's what I would do if I were you. The steering for a 300,000 mile F350 is really tight, surprisingly tight. Usually they're a lot looser. You know, usually we tell people they need to get a steering box soon, but not this one. This one's really tight. It just needs tires. That off-road tire noise is pretty loud. That would be a hard trip on I-10 anywhere. Let's see, what else? Deposits. Please make sure you get a deposit. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. Until we have a deposit, we don't have a deal. Once we have a deposit, we'll put your name and a banner over the truck at wheelk.com thanking you, and you will know that it's your truck. Until then, it is for sale. I'm going to say something that's obvious now. I say this at the end of all videos now due to some crazy eBay people that we've had. We have some great eBay people and then some just rotten human beings. This is not a new truck. No kidding, with 300,000 miles. If you want a new truck, they sell them at the auto mall near you for probably the Lariat version of this, probably $55,000. Go buy one of those. If you're not willing to realize that you saved a bunch of money here and you may have to put some of it into this truck sooner or later, okay? Like I said, I would say the next thing that will happen to this thing is eventually you'll need an injector or two. Right now it's fine, but that's what happens, okay? There you go. Please make sure you know what you're buying, and that's it. Thank you.